let's have discussion, dear students, how to construct an analytical function. So we have two methods to construct an analytical function. The first method is the total derivative method, which is a chain rule. I will show you that one. And second is Milne-Thomson method, which actually helps, use with the help of integration, right? So we will have discussion on these two methods, and I will tell you the formulas of these two methods, and then we will have discussion on one common example. Of that one common example, we will have discussion from method number 1 and method number 2 also, right? Let's start from the total derivative method. So in total derivative method, we have always have a function, right? In total derivative method, we have to find out the construction, means we have to construct the function. Now in this particular case, whenever we have to construct an harmonic function, either the real part is given to you or the imaginary part is given to you. Means among real and imaginary, only one part is given to you. First of all, you will find out the imaginary part if the real is given, or real part if the imaginary is given. Then you will construct the function fz is equals to u plus iota v, right? So let me write down here. In this method, we will try to find its harmonic conjugate v, right? So particularly in the total derivative, if u is given, we try to find out the harmonic conjugate v, or if v is given, we try to find out its harmonic conjugate u. Okay, by using total derivative method and CR equation as follows. So for the CR equation, we know that ux is equals to vy and uy is equals to minus vx. This is the CR equation, we know. This is the Cauchy-Riemann equation, dear students. Oh yes, this is the CR equation. Yes. Now let's have discussion on the method. Suppose if v is equals to vxy, we are having, if v is equals to vxy is given to you, so then okay, if v is equals to vxy is given to you, then from here dv is equals to del v by del x into dx plus del v by del y into dy, right? When we have v, we will approach from here. dv is equals to del v by del x dx plus del v by del y dy. So when we have v, we can find from that, from v, the partial derivative of v with respect to x, the partial derivative of v with respect to y. Yes, exactly. Now we equate to this one equals to, at the place of del v by del x, we know very well, here we use the Cauchy-Riemann equation. At the place of vx, it is nothing but the vx only, del v by del x. We have to put minus uy, dear students. Yes, exactly. So here you will put here what? So it will be, okay, let me write down here. dv will be, when we approach from here, it will be del u by del y, it will be at the place of vx, we have to put minus ui. So you will write down del u by del y with the minus sign dx plus del v by del y. At the place of del v by del y, we can put del u by del x and dy. Is it clear, guys? So it will become del u by del y dx plus del u by del x dy. So it will be the form when we have to find out the dv, means when we have to find out the another part. Okay, the same thing you can approach if you suppose you have the real function u, right? So we know very well that del u by del x is equals to, we can write down the du is equals to del u by del x into dx plus del u by del y into dy, right? So at the place of this one again, we can put, dear students, du, right? We know very well ux, with the help of here the two things will applicable. The first is the partial derivative, means the total derivative, and the second thing is the chain rule, right? Sorry, the second thing is the Cauchy-Riemann equation. So ux, at the place of ux you can put v. If you have to find out v, you can put here vy. At the place of uy you can put minus vx, right? So accordingly you can approach from here by integrating. After that, when you approach here, you have to integrate. Now by integrating both the sides, we will get, by integrating both the sides, we will get the required function, right? By integrating both the sides, we will get the required function. We can find the v, okay, we can find the u, we can find the v, and after that we can construct the function fz is equals to u plus iota v. Okay, clear? So it's a simple thing to approach. Let me tell you, if we have to find out, if you have to find out the v, suppose in the question u is given to you, u means the real part is given to you, and you have to find out the imaginary part, then you will approach dv is equals to minus del u by del y dx plus del u by del x dy. If the imaginary part is given and you have to find out the real part, then you can approach this one. From here you will get u. By integrating this one and this one, you will get v and u respectively. When you get v and u, whatever is your requirement you can get, and after that you can put here, hence that will be your function. I will tell you one example right after the second method, right? Now let's approach to the second method, that is a different method, that is the Milne-Thomson method. It has particularly its conditions. So it's a Milne-Thomson method. It's actually have its own conditions. Means here we will have two steps. Means when the real part is given to you, then the steps will be different. When the imaginary part is given to you, then the steps will be different. So let me write down here the Milne-Thomson method, dear students. For first one, when we have the Milne-Thomson having two parts, when real part is given to you, so you can say this is the case number 1. When real part is given to you, when real part is given, it means we have u. When real part is given, it means when we have u, dear students. So when we have u, it has 3 steps. Step number 1, step number 2, and step number 3. It methods covers 3 steps, and you have to follow these 3 steps. Either the real part is given, then only the 3 steps are exist. If the imaginary part is given, then only the 3 steps exist, right? So let me write down the first step. The first step is find del u by del x, dear students. When the real part is given, you will find out del u by del x, means partial derivative of u with respect to x you will find out, right? And when you find out, let's put it equals to phi 1 z0. First of all, you have to find out the partial derivative of u, then you will put del u by del x is equals to phi 1 z0. Z0, it means at the place of x you will put z, at the place of y you will put 0. Just remember one thing here, phi 1 z0, it means phi 1 is the function only, right? At the place of x you will put z, at the place of y you will put 0. So this is the step number 1, right? Now in the second step you will find out the del u by del y also. When we have u, then we will find out del u by del y also, and just put it equals to phi 2 z0. Okay, earlier we put it phi 1 z0, and now we will put it phi 2 z0, means in the particular del u by del y, wherever u comes, wherever x comes you will put z, wherever y comes you will put 0. Okay, and the third step is that then your fz is equals to phi 1 z0, phi 1 z0. Your fz is equals to phi 1 z0 plus iota phi 2 plus iota phi 2 z0, phi 1 z0 plus iota phi 2 z0, and you have to integrate this one with respect to z. Okay, and you have to integrate this one with respect to z only, and you can put here the constant. You can put here the constant here, so you can put here constant c only. So here you have to integrate, right? From here you will get directly the fz. From here you will get directly the fz. So let me repeat the process. What is the process? Whenever the real part is given to you, first of all you will find out the derivative of real part with respect to x, and put that derivative equals to phi 1 z0. Now phi 1 z0, it means at the place of x you will put z, at the place of y you will put 0. The second step is del u by del y. You will find out del u by del y, means the partial derivative of u with respect to y, and put it equals to phi 2 z0, means at the place of x similarly z, and at the place of y you will put 0. Then you will put these two values in the integration. phi 1 z0 plus iota phi 2 z0 into dz. dz, it means we have to integrate this one with respect to z and then the integration constant c. Clear? So from here we will get directly the function. This was the case number 1. Suppose the case number 2, which is possible, the case number 2 is possible when the imaginary part is given. When imaginary part is given to you. So when imaginary part is given to you, how you will approach? Let me show you. When imaginary part is given to you, how you will approach? Here again you have to follow 3 steps. Step number 1, step number 2 and step number 3. So what is the step number 1 exactly? Step number 1, when we have imaginary part, it means v. So del v by del x we will find out. Step number 2, del v by del y we will find out. So I can write down here, find del v by del x. Yes. Again I can write down here, find del v by del y. Yes, exactly. Find del v by del x. Find del v by del x, find del v by del y, right? So when we put del v by del x, it is equals to what, dear students? Again here we will put, earlier we were putting phi 1, you can see here, earlier we were putting phi 1 and phi 2. So here you will put phi 2 z0. For the first one you will put phi 2 z0. Just remember this thing. You will put here del v by del x is equals to phi 2 z0, right? Del v by del y is equals to phi 1. Just remember one thing, earlier we used to put del u by del x as phi 1 and del v by del y as del u by del y as phi 2. Here we are substituting del v by del x as phi 2 and del v by del y as phi 1. Clear? Right? The z0 is same thing. At the place of x we will put z, at the place of y we will put 0 only. So from here we will get the step number 3, which will be the function. So here the function will be same, means it is a phi 1 z0 plus iota phi 2 z0. Yes, and we have to integrate this one with respect to z. So when we integrate, it will be phi 1 z0 plus iota phi 2 z0 dz plus c. Clear, guys? So these 3 steps you have to follow in any question whenever you have to construct the function. Now how you will construct a function means, if in the question suppose real part or imaginary part is given, only one part is given, and question is talking about construct the complex function, construct the given complex function, then you will follow these 2 methods. The first one was total derivative method and the second one was Milne-Thomson method.